Okay, here's the problem, restated. We're given an amount invested at 3%. I don't know the amount, so I'm calling it X. This is my first investment. We'll call it investment A. Let's give it a name. The amount is X, the rate is 3%. The interest is 3% times X. 3% of X. Now, there was a total of $37,000 invested. So the leftover, after X is taken away from 37,000, is written here, 37,000 minus X. Okay, the key to these problems is not to write two different variables. Don't bring in an extra variable. If we started with X, we want to write everything else in terms of X. So this other variable, investment B, is written in terms of X, 37,000 minus X. So we don't introduce extra variables into the problem. And that investment was at 6%, and here's the interest on that. 6% times 37,000 minus X. Notice I use the parentheses around that quantity. And that we were told also that the total for both investments, the interest was 1140, so I put that in this column. Okay, now I need to write an equation from this information. And it comes from this third column over here. The two interest amounts, 3% of X and 6% of 37,000 minus X, should total, in other words, they should add up to 1140. So that's where I write my equation from. These two amounts added together, interest from the first, interest from the second, equals 1140. That's my equation. Now I have to solve it. I expand in here. 6% of 37,000 is 2220. 6% times negative X is negative 0.06X. So 1140. Then I put together the X terms, negative 0.03X. Next, I will subtract the 2220 from both sides. That makes it become a 0 over here. So it's gone from the left side. And this left on the right side is negative 1080. Next step would be to divide by the coefficient of the X. Divide by negative 0.03, both sides. That makes this a 1X. That's the reason for the division, to make that a 1. And this side actually becomes a 36,000. So what we found is that X, which remember was associated with our 3% investment, remember from the top here, X was associated with the 3%. That means 36,000 at 3%, and 37,000 minus 36,000 at 6%. So this is only 1,000. Those are the totals.